Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, another gambling in the house. And today, it might be a very big one. At least the outcome could be very big. It's one of those gambles that cost quite a bit, but could bring a lot more or lose a lot more, I guess. Today, we're going to take a look at the Broken Promises. And this is a very special divination card because it gives you a 2 implicit synthesized item level 87 diamond ring. The diamond ring doesn't matter because obviously the synthesized implicit is gonna get rid of the implicit that was there before, but it is 2 implicits, so 2 chances per ring to hit big, and it's item level 87. And this is important because if we take a look at the item level, for example, oh wait, I closed this tab, doesn't matter, but item level means what stats can roll on an item, basically. And for rings, I think T1 res is like item level 84. So you see a lot of like very good implicits on like an item level 70 ring where you know, oh, I can only hit like T3 life and T8 res or something. So they are basically not that valuable. Obviously, they have some value, but not that valuable. So, what are implicits that could be worth a lot? I picked out 3 here that are not the most expensive, or maybe they are the most expensive, at least 2 of them. For example, the good old maximum power charge, I put in here item level 84 for the T1 res, for example, and we're looking at around about 100 divines, 150 divines, 180 divines, so that is juicy. The next one on the list, +1 max frenzy charge, starting price 115 divines, 1 mirror that's already finished crafting. I mean, these have like insane implicits, but I would say a frenzy ring, about 115 divines, and the endurance charge, set, you know, melee kind of like charge, 10 divines. It's still something, but there is like so many more implicits that you could get that are valuable. For example, curses, ally weakness, flammability, conductivity, I don't know, like those kind of things. And other implicits like spell damage per power charge, cold damage per frenzy charge. Like there are implicits that are worth a lot. But the problem is, there is a bazillion implicits that are also complete trash. You could get like fire res on it. You could get like, I don't know, stun and block recovery, for example. So the odds are not in our favors, but still you can hit big. And today's gamble is brought to you by Mr. Stańczak. Every single league, this guy comes with a crazy gamble, sometimes even worth multiple mirrors, but it's still early in the league, so we decided to do the first gamble with 125 Broken Promises, and they go for like a 30 chaos per card. As a set is like 2 cards, means 60 chaos or 7,500 chaos, which means 32.61 divines cost with today's divine exchange ratio from 1 to 230. This is so hard to say. I love the old versions. Today's Exalt exchange ratio. No, they had to change everything. It's divine chaos ratio 231, whatever. But obviously he did not buy card by card. He bought them in bulk, and he said he paid like 35 to 40 chaos in bulk for those cards. So I calculate 37.5, which is around about a 40 divines investment. So, Mr. Stańczak, thank you very much for the entertainment. We have a 125 sets, and I don't even know if I have to identify them, but let's pick up the first couple of rows. It's only like a diamond ring is only like 1 slot, right? So it's not really that bad. So let's pick up half of them, I guess. And always important, don't sell them. Happens. Do trade divination cards. Okay. Power charge ring incoming. No. Okay. Fire. Like, I don't really count any of these rings. I think we need to hit the big ones, or we just don't calculate them, because a ring like that, whatever, is probably a chaos or something. Chaos and int, then we have damage and effect of cold ailments. There are other modifiers that are also valuable. For example, avoid elemental ailments, I think is a pretty decent, honestly. Then we have minus mana cost of skills, can be also very nice for Cyclone characters, but I don't think they're worth too much. Critical strike armor, we have chaos res cold damage, we have minus chaos lightning damage. It's like so freaking random rolls, man. Anger skill, fire damage flat. I think like I'm just gonna predict the ones where I think they're worth something, and those are the ones that I'm gonna price check later on. Poison inflict faster and increased chaos damage. I think this is a very nice combination. Question though is how many poison builds would like to have a ring like that. But these are actually 2 matching implicits, so that's actually would probably sell, I would say. Increased damage. Then we have light radius. Damn, that's a huge one, I guess. It's so big. Global fizz, global accuracy. I mean, if we get like flat and percent accuracy, that wouldn't be bad for maybe my build, but I don't think so. Reduced mana cost of skills, lightning damage, fire damage. I mean, we just need to hit one power charge ring and we make 3 times the profit. It's actually crazy. Because these rings are very high in demand for any kind of like power charge stacker, frenzy charge stacker, whatever. Accuracy, lightning damage, full damage regen, the rest, chaos power charge duration. Multiplier is usually not the worst, but I don't think they're gonna be too much. Because it's easy to get critical strike chance, but it's not that easy to gain crit multiplier. I mean, if you actually get like a power charge and crit multi or something, that is a pretty good combination, I would say. Attack speed. We could also get like attribute stacking rings. Percent dexterity, percent strength, something like that. Might be actually pretty good. But so far, no +1 power, no +1 frenzy, no curse on hit rings so far. I mean, if it would be that easy to hit, then obviously people would gamble those cards a lot more and they would be a lot more expensive. Avoid being ignited, damage while leeching. Purity, level 25, Purity of Fire. There is a vulnerability on hit ring with mana regen. Okay, that's our first curse. Cold damage leeched as life might not be the worst. Lightning damage. Mana regen. So, from the first ones, I'd say we have like 5 to price check. The rest, I would personally say, is pretty much garbage. Or at least like not worth selling, because there is might be a bunch of those rings on the market already. Shit, I need to... I think that's gonna be too many divination cards for one inventory. So let's do... No! Wait! Alright, there we go. Put 3 away. I have the ones that I want to price check later on. Intimidate on hit. Might be not that bad. Would be better if there would actually be attack speed on it instead of cast speed. Chaos damage? Yes. This as fire. Ally damage with attacks. Not really. There is an ally weakness chaos damage. Alright. But we still have to gather like, what, 30 to 40 divines to make the gamble worth? But hey, if you gamble big, you can lose big, right? Or you win big. But most gamblers, they're actually quitting before they actually hit big. Facts. Armor resistance. Intelligence. Cold damage. Double res. Double stats. Max life ring. Movement speed. I don't think that a max life ring is gonna be worth a lot because we have the Vermilion base that can get you up to like 7%. What is it? Mana cost multi, maybe. 7% increased life. I don't think they're gonna be too good. Evasion, accuracy, lightning damage, ally damage, cast speed, dex. So far, no percent attribute ring. It's a bit sad, honestly. With multi-fizz extra fire, I don't think so. I think there's gonna be a bunch of like rings that gonna have multi with anything. So then we have fire and increased a maximum mana. Go over and turn in the last ones. So there is still chances, there is still hopes for A big choosy power charge or frenzy charge ring. I didn't price check how much an Ellie weakness ring is or vulnerability, but I can assume there are a couple divines. Especially take into account that these are item level 87 rings and therefore can roll all the modifiers, which is really good. Int armor, chaos cold, press, honor region. Really too keen on these like flat like 10 dexterity rings. If it's percent dexterity, it's good. Damage taken. Doesn't look too good. But hey, getting the 1 max power charge ring is actually a 50-50, right? You either get it or you don't. Prove me wrong. Chaos int. All attributes. Chaos fire. Ally damage. Attack speed. And the last one. Ally damage, attack speed. Alright, I would say let's price check some of those. The question is like certain combinations are not gonna be on the market. So some of them definitely would sell, but I think we're not gonna bother too much with the low ones. So I would personally price check them, like, you know, make a divine tab, you know, and just list everything as for a divine, and then just see what sells and what doesn't sell, and then lower it every single day until everything is sold. So you still have to put in the gray number that I'm not gonna calculate with these kind of rings, but they look actually kind of cool. So, cold damage leached as life. We're not gonna count in the armor, this is just like an extra value. They are 1 divine, 10 divines, 25 divines. Let me do some further research. Damage while leeching life. I don't know if this one has percent dexterity, so that's the value on this ring. This one has minus mana cost of skills, and so maybe a divine. Let's put it for a divine. The question is always, will these rings sell? I can just predict a certain price. With cold damage, leeches life, and cold damage, it could be worth more. I mean, we just price check this one, so I would say this maybe like 2.5 divines, maybe for the increased cold damage, because cold damage and cold damage leeches life should be, at least it's a combination that works together. But I wouldn't call this like, yo, the 30 divines ring just because we have increased cold damage. So multiplier, and multiplier alone is about not really anything, and with the minus mana cost, there is one for 100 chaos, but this is even a higher multiplier roll than I have. So I would just put this in the trash bin, actually. Fuck it. Then we have an Ellie weakness chaos. I don't think I can value the chaos too much. An Ellie weakness ring. Whoa, okay. Item level specific, I would not go higher than 84, honestly. But apparently an Ellie weakness ring goes for 14 divines. And here is one that has the exact same for 25. Okay. I guess throw it in for 15, I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I don't see the sense of the, I mean, there will be sense, but you know, Ellie weakness is reducing elemental resistance. This has increased chaos. If there would be increased lightning damage, cold damage, increased elemental damage, I would value that higher than actually chaos damage. But apparently, it's about 14 divines if it sells. There is only 2 pieces on the market. I mean, you could always, like, remove all the item level, but, you know, item level is valuable. I'm just saying. No, it's actually, without item level, it's still, like, 15 divine starting price. There is actually, wait a second, it checks for diamond ring. We don't care about diamond rings. Oh my god, I'm actually such a stupid idiot. We need to change the base. Yeah, that was my bad. So I'd say 12 divines if we count in. Let's do the item level, and obviously I need to stop. Corrupted. Item level, let's say 84. So we're still like same 12, 14 divines. But what about the others then? Because the cold damage leeches life, we don't gonna check the... So, this is one better. The 1 divine. We're pretty much the same. 1 divine with the cold damage. Here we say... I don't know, like 13 divines, 12 divines. Let's do 12 divines, doesn't matter. Good that I figured it out now, even though there's a lot of people watching right now and be like, oh my god, this fucking idiot, dude. Get rid of the base. Which is true. So, then we have a curse. Vulnerability is about 2 to 3 divines. Item level 85 over here with 2 divines. With mana regen rate, is usable, but I wouldn't really calculate too much on top of that. Then we have the Intimidate on hits. This is about nothing. Really? Intimidate is that free? Alright, didn't know that. Here we have increased multi, we said isn't really worth anything. Especially when we not count in the base. Nope, it's not. Then the Poison Ring. This is a very specific one. None on the market. None on the market. So if we just check for poison, I say, I don't know, I would just price it for a divine. Because, as I said, poison faster and increased chaos damage is something that goes well together. Maybe there is none on the market that is similar, so a divine wouldn't hurt in this case. And then we have, like, minus mana cost. I don't think so either. Nah, not really. So basically, we only have a good ring, which is the Ellie Weakness ring, which is, like, somewhere between 10 and 15 divines, I would assume. I'm curious, I'm, like, a bit wondering why the vulnerability is that low, because... Ah! Wait a second! I almost forgot! Vulnerability is mainly melee, that's why. But why is it now 4 divines? Okay, fix that. Was like here for... But why is it now different? Wait a second, what did I fuck up this time? Enemy vulnerability... 2 divines, okay. I was probably having the wrong item level in or something. So it's still like 2 divines. Is a melee ring, that's why it's so cheap. So yeah, summary... The summary, I think, is kind of clear. We do that times 230. And so we have our initial cost minus the outcome. And we are looking at... Yeah. A bit of currency lost, I would say. But, as I said, people that gamble big could win big. And that's one of those gambles where, you know, only one power charge... or one frenzy, and there is actually was 288, no wait, 250 chances, because we have 2 implicit modifiers, right? So that was I mean, the weighting is different, but I mean, hey, if you're feeling lucky and you get one of these rings, you're gonna make a big profit. But in this case, we actually lost 14 divines, but it was still fun to do, actually. I think there's still other rings that are also worth quite a lot besides Ellie Weakness. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And see you in the next video.